Yeah, one of the things that we've danced around a little bit that I know from my end I'm always pushing is the coachability aspect. So we talked about from the athletic side that if you're not following some sort of plan or you're not being able to be coached, then you're not going to hit your goals. And the same holds true with business. How important is that to those to the founders that apply to 757 Accelerate? And do you have the conversation day one that, hey, you're accepted into our accelerator, you need to be coachable. If not, there's negative aspects to that. So I'm just curious what your take is on coachability and how that plays a part in your accelerator.
That is such a great question. And I love that one because I feel super strongly about the human aspect of entrepreneurship. And I feel like, like I said, one of the things we think about a lot is our goal is to come alongside the founders, but there has to be something to come alongside, some consistency, some set of values, some ability to describe, sort of what motivates you and why you do what you do. And so I would say coachability and the ability to be flexible and give and take and interact. I mean, sometimes people think they're a great salesperson because they talk all the time. And I would say arguably the best salespeople are the people who listen about 60% of the time and troubleshoot about 20 and then talk about 20. So I would say the coachability aspect is the number one thing that we talk about in our selection process. It's the reason that we do personal interviews of the last group, because there are some great companies in some really exciting and interesting markets. And we talk to them and we have an interview with them, and they either push away any question they don't want to answer, or they're quite bombastic when anyone asks them a probing question. They take it like the difference between someone asking you a question and questioning you personally. So those kinds of things, like the open learner, the person who realizes that a good deal of building a startup, because lifting is something off the ground, the biggest, heaviest lift is the first one. And then a ton of that's going to be on how much were you able to listen to your customers' demand. I mean, very much to what Zack was saying, like not just today and tomorrow, but where is it also going, and being okay with the fact that you're going to have to change. I mean, I was so hard on myself at the beginning of this. I was like, God, I don't know that we have enough to help the founders. And a friend said to me, God, Evans, you didn't plan for a global pandemic. You're super bad at your job. And I was like, okay. All right. I hear you. You're being, she was like, could you just be a little less harsh on yourself? But I can relate to that, right? Like wanting to sort of have asked the right questions and thought ahead and been a good planner. But the truth is, all of this is going to be unexpected. I mean, we talk a lot about the coachability as the person who signs up to take the body blows that comes with entrepreneurship repeatedly. And we always laugh and like, they get back up and they're like, oh, that sucked. What's next? But not because they didn't think it was a body blow. It's just because they're sort of like, that was part of the plan. I knew that this was going to be, a stick in the spokes of my sales for the next 6 months. And so I think the coachability, the ability to talk about that, the ability to be pressed on testing your assumptions. Like, you have the really confident founder who comes out and it's like, everybody needs this, and I just know it, and it's because I needed it, and there's a lot of people like me, and the market is everybody, and so any other questions? And you're sort of like, yeah, I actually have a whole lot of questions, and as soon as you start asking them, they feel like they're being questioned again. Like, that's part of it, is to say, I can't wait to answer your questions, and the people who are sort of excited about what you might ask them lean forward, instead of being like, I don't want to do this anymore. All of that stuff, it's a contact sport, growing a business and getting a customer and getting an investor. And all that stuff really plays into your coachability. And look, you may not like what we have to say, but the most important thing is that in 24, 48 hours, you come back and you're like, I listened to what you said, or I listened to what that mentor said. And I don't agree with that, but it did teach me this following thing. And can I follow up with them and ask them that question? That's the kind of engagement. Nobody should be telling you how to run your company, but that information is critical, and your ability to take it in and use it at least to help you inform and put some discipline around the decision and the direction you choose to go. That's coachability. That's all anybody can ask you.
Is there